Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to my stream today. It is July 16th. And this is going to be the last stream for a couple weeks because I'm going to go get a little surgery. I need to do a little bit of recovery. And everybody here in the stream kind of knows what was going on. But save that for them. This is for you guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, how's it? Sorry you missed the live stream. If you want to check out the live stream, you got Twitch. You can go to the links down below. Yes, it says the avocado. I know that was a little brand shift. I'm still here. The key of Jeeves is the avocado, but it's kind of the live streaming show. So if you see that and you go, what? And also, if you are on YouTube and you don't like Twitch, you're more than welcome to leave suggestions, you know, in the comments of things you want to hear. But, you know, you can always go to Twitch and play something we call the Wheel of Cheese, which is kind of like a roulette wheel, but it goes this way and has a little fun. Anyhow, today's going to be a very long day. So, I am going to start us off with the donos. Now, I'm going to do something a little different today. What I'd like to do is, usually I start off from, you know, the days made up. This time I've got to start off with a different way where I'm actually going to start off with donation amount, only because I was gone for a couple of days. And what had happened was because a lot of folks knew that I was taking a few weeks off. You know, there's quite a few boosts on the donos. So I'm just going to do that. And I am going to drop in for Wheel of Cheese. And if you don't know what that is, you will as I post this up on YouTube. All right, guys, let's do this. Oh, I got a hype train. What's going on with the hype train? Hype train, I forget what that is, but hype train. Or is it the other way around? Should I hype out or are they hyping in? I forget. All right, guys, let me stop the music here. Let's go and do this. Once again, if you are new to the channel and you're just lurking, thank you for just hanging out in the background. You don't come in the chat. I do appreciate you enjoying the avocado show as we see it. And so let's get going. All right. Let's start with our first one's coming in from Makuzia. Hang on for a second. Nope, sorry. Stand by for 1 second. I forgot to refresh. I'm refreshing. Sorry, Makuzia. You're almost the first one. I blew it. First one coming in is Ginger. Ginger. Wow. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I had to refresh it. I hope you're doing well, Ginger. And thank you for coming in and checking out this last little streamy do. Let's go ahead and see what Ginger wants here. And for Ginger wants a song from, I can't tell, is this a anime or is this, let me see. This is, wait a second, I pressed the wrong one. Here we go. No, it's an electronic band. And the song is Man, It's So Loud Here by the artist Rotteen. Thank you for the surgery recovery wishes. So here's another track from Halley Labs. This one is a cover of Might Be Giant song Man. So it's loud in here. Okay, fun fact is the intro melody is from the Casionet MT40 rock preset. No, they used a preset? Gotta love that. All right, let's check that out. We are on our way, guys. Let's go. All right. I like that little squishy toy on the kick. I'll drill that nuclear baseline into our head. Wasn't expecting this.
Stop the drum machine and I can think again. I'll remember what
Oh, I love that little creep on the melody, only half steps. Nice and melodic. Ooh. Now we get some ambience here, that swimming EP. I love the going in and out of the little tight jungly beat into the expanded probably now. Yeah. And now the ambience did.
You have to carry all your things. You can't misplace them. There's nowhere to place anything.
That has a little GLaDOS voice to it, doesn't it?
Baby, check this out. I've got something to say. Man, it's so loud in here. When they stop the drum machine and I can think again.
Love the harmonies on this.
Baby, check this out. I've got something to say. Man, it's so loud in here. When they stop the drum machine and I can think again. I'll remember what it was.
This is such a unique dynamic the composer throws in.
They revamped the airport completely. Now it looks just like a nightclub. Everyone's excited and confused. Baby, check this out. I've got something to say. Man, it's so loud in here. When they start the love machine and I can love again, I'll remember what it was. Baby, check this out. I've got something to say. Man, it's so loud in
There's the strip down. That's what we call it here, right, guys? Elements being removed and then reintroduced during the mix. You hear a little bit of the nakedness of it. Nice rubbery bass. Keep building that. What a super happy way to start the stream. Actually, I really enjoyed the track. I think what gave me, like, really, it kept on pulling my attention in. And I think for me, when I listen to very unique electronic music, when I see the word electronic on category, genre, you know, that's such a wide, you know, industrial electronica, rave, trance, Goa, whatever. I always look for the things that actually just catch me off guard. And a couple of the things that happen there. First of all, I swear to God, some of the times when she's, singing, it reminds me of GLaDOS from Portal. You know, the songs that she sings, those of you who are Portal players, of course, it's fresh in my head because I just finished Portal 2. But I guess maybe there could be the same kind of technique. They could be using an auto-tune technique or something like that. Obviously, it sounds like there's some auto-tune. And not because of the tuning, but because of using it as an effect, you know, to give it that really sharp, you know, drop and edit, I guess you would call it. And even when that little drum, even at the beginning when the drums came in and the kick had the little squeaky toy voice or squeaky, there's cute little things like that that I find, like, you know, endearing, if you would, that a producer or a composer, you know, adds these funny little things in there. And as much as taking a song seriously, this was a very lighthearted track. Really nice chord changes over the hook. The hook was nice and full. I love the background vocals, though I don't know if it was generated by a plugin. Once again, that's not a bad thing. That's a tool. It's a technical thing that you do. This is like the big argument people have with VSTs and plugins and stuff. If, you know, if you're using that to generate it, you know, that's that, you know, that palette of tools that you can actually use to make something. But the one thing that really caught me off guard that I dug was the use of that electric piano. Just showed up out of nowhere like an organic electric piano, but it gave us some really rich stereo imaging. So happy song, happy Jeebs, happy stream. DJ Tambor, here you go, buddy. This is a game that DJ wants to present to us, if you would. This one is called Trails Before Dawn is the game. Resonance of Ray. Okay, so guys, he has put down spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. What was that thing? Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Oh no. I completely douched the thing and I can't get back to it. Stand by for a second. I got to look at something. I want to see what the messaging said. Hang on for 1 second. Oh no, did I ruin it? I think I did. Hey mods, can you do me a favor really quick? I, by accident, clicked through the form and sent it to Form Purgatory. If you can go back and grab the message and maybe just drop it on the in the comment. I grabbed the link, but I clicked the other button too fast. In the meantime, let's do this for DJ, and I'm sure one of our mods will drop that comment he left there. But it is a spoiler alert, guys, so here we go. Hey, can you hear the guitar, the crunch guitar in this? Really nice lead, like a smooth moog. Nice. Very rich and thick string pads that are being used here. Multiple layers and different patches that represent different tones. Very nice. See, like this? That's still considered a pad. That high that you're hearing it right there. Little note in that chord chain for maybe 2 beats. That was really cool. Oh, I love this soft pad. We kind of call that like a hollow pad in the back. Sequence. Look back there. You know, the thing about what I guess the composer was dropped on me, Yukihiro Jindu. One of the things that I also love about these composers that come, you know, from Japan or influenced by Japanese composers, I'd like to say, with respect, is there's such an emphasis on melody, and these melodies have really, a lot of these have beautiful intervals to them. You know, at least in the hook. Da 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 da. That wasn't what the melody exactly was, but for me, I really get on with that in the sense that it's something that I miss in a lot of music if I'm focusing on the Rick Beato Western, and that's not a dig. I'm just talking about, you know, since it's really big in the conversation in the music industry, that video he put out, in the bubble of Western, let's say pop music, that I think is missing, you know, is these extraordinary melodies. Even the artists that I have been enamored with, Ado, just the incredible, just really wonderful melodies on it. But they use such really nice chords to support these melodies. I mean, the truth be told, that half of the songs that we listen to that have all these great chord changes, like every measure or whatever to support the melody, you actually could use 1 or 2 chords to actually knock those melodies out because they're in a key. So how many chords you may want to use in the key that the melody is written is really up to the composer. Actually, every note in a melody can be a different chord if you want it to be. You know, that would be considered that kind of more jazzy Joe Pass vibe of it and stuff. But I really love it. In this particular case, what I really enjoyed was just the use of the synth sounds. Like I had said earlier, they're a lot more thicker and richer. I think that at one point at the beginning I heard what could have been like a French horn pad. But I just like the whole fact that this whole thing was just really the unique choices in the synths. So the arrangements didn't get muddied out. Anything that was done higher, he used, or the composer uses a different synth that has a little bit more of a buzziness up in the high end. So But yeah, Deej, cutting it short, DJ. Thank you so much for that was very generous boost, and thank you so much for coming in with that, and I appreciate it. And also the side information too, that really works out. Really super cool beans, if I said that right. Did I say that right? Yep. Okay, so here we go. Let's move on. Next up is Kairu Hakubi. Okay, now I'm at with Kairu. Well, Kairu, he did the big $40,000 million channel recoup. So let's go ahead and see what Kairu wants here. That kind of logs itself up there in the boosty realm here. So Kairu wants a track. This one is Cat and the Menagerie, and the song is Better. His message is, this is for you, Jeeves, it's gonna get better. This was used in a simple free flash game called Cat, where you collected each track in the music, but pretty sure it's an original song. Okay, cool. All right, Kairu. Here you go.
Looking down, and if someone doesn't find you here, they could find you on the ground. But if you want to catch the light, you gotta reach a little more. So jump off, take flight. It ain't worth nothing.
Sorry, but that high woodblock sound reminds me of the old school cartoon scorings. Wanted to stop really quick. You know, so far we're going back between just two chords. Da, 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 da. So this is the track that builds itself on dynamics, the change in the melody and the arrangements. Love the background vocals, you know, the strength. That's where producers will use dynamics in something in most cases where you have limited changes, let's say in chords. I think Adele did a song once that was D6 and C6. That's all it was, back and forth and back and forth. But it's these building up of dynamics. Obviously, when the hook comes in, there's a little lift in the register and the melody. Background vocals will fill it out. In the verses, you start off a little lighter, you know, with certain arrangements. Now we're in the second part of the arrangements. You hear a lot more percussion going on there. So that's another tip of the hat to producers and composers and stuff that take that kind of, all right, we only got two chords here. It doesn't matter. That's not what a song is all about. Let's just get it to move and stuff. But this is a really good, like, if I was ever teaching production classes and say, well, look, you don't need to have 15 chord changes to make a song work, this would be a really good example.
Sometimes you have to go to war. So it ain't worth nothing if it ain't worth fighting for. And it's gonna get better. Oh, there's no telling where we'll go.
That's good. edition. So I had said everything pretty much here in the break about this track. Even in the last 8 bars, though, there was another edition of an arrangement that wasn't heard until that last 8 bars, which was that mechanized kind of sequence. Was a final edition. Another thing about the track also that was kind of like, okay, we're going to bring the hook through is the ooh. Like I can't get the don't do in the background, like that was a built background arrangement during the hook. So this was a really, once again, like I said earlier, this was a really good example of minimalistically blah, 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 saying, okay, we're going to give you this to work with right here. Here are the 2 changes back and forth. Make it work kind of vibe. And of course, in the unique genre. I don't know what this was. This was mostly, it wasn't EDM. Obviously, the congas sounded like they were, off of a module and stuff like that. But I don't know exactly what the genre of this would be. Very catchy, and I love the percussiveness of it, and I love the builds and the arrangements, Kairu. So yes, super mahalo, dude, for coming in on Quado's last day. This is Quado's last day. Maybe that's what I should call the show. The Avocado Quado. I don't know. You guys come up with something. You guys are always good with that stuff. Next up is Makuzia. Oh, look. We're getting some more Ado in. Ado. I'm such a fan of Ado now. As a matter of fact, it automatically makes me smile. Bruh, that was the worst. Anyhow, I think what I'm going to do is also maybe when I get done and I can sit down for a while, I think I've got enough Ado here, that I'm going to put together like a whole clip package of what I've done here. And if hopefully it doesn't get blocked, and drop it in on... I just dropped one over there and it's very well received. I know, bad Rotten Soundgarden. I'm sorry. All right, Makuzia. Are you here, Makuzia? There you are. Oh, it's a ballad? Ooh, guys, Makuzia says this is a ballad. Let's go. All right. Doink, doink. Let's see what we got here. Because everything I think that I've gotten that you've brought to the house here has been very, energized and aggressive and stuff, because we get to see all those explosive parts of her ballads or of her voice. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, it's already a beautiful song. Where does this come from, Makuzia? Is this an album or something? Anime, okay.
どうしてあの日遊んだ海の匂いはどうして過ぎる季節に消えてしまうのまた同じ歌を歌うたびあなたを誘うでしょう信じられる信じられるあの星明かりを海の広さを信じられる信じられるかい朝を待つこの羽に吹く追い風のいざなう空を
Ah, the tone of the head voice, the falsetto there. She could have nailed that, but to bring that in there, beautiful.
顔はどうして寄せる波に隠れてしまうのまた同じ歌を
Little yodel there.
歌うたびあなたを思うでしょう信じてみる信じてみるこの道の果てで手を振る君を信じてみる信じてみるんだこの歌は私の歌とやがて会う君のよう信じられる信じられるあの星明かりを海の広さを信じてみる信じられる夢の続きでまた会いましょう暁の輝く信じられる信じられるあの星明かりを海の広さを信じられる信じられる夢の続きで共に生きよう暁の輝く今日に
Oh, I thought we were gonna go for a step up in the key. Beautiful string arrangements there. What a beautiful song. In this case, what was really unique about this is now hearing her voice in this capacity. The other tracks that I've listened to her, she explicitly kind of like shows us what she's got in her magic bag of tricks. You guys remember that from Felix? In my magic bag of tricks. But in this case, the restraint in this performance was beautiful. Remember I had said earlier, oh my God, she could have blasted that high note, but she decides to hang out in this kind of, in the head voice of it and pull it back on there and just give it a beautiful whisper. The songwriting really, really reminds me of that whole kind of energy that was put into the 80s ballad writing, if you would, in Western pop music composition. There was a songwriter, a woman, forgive me, I get the name wrong, Aman or anybody who's who has that kind of knowledge. I think her last name was Warren or something. She was just writing hits for everybody, But that particular songwriter or Celine Dion compositions and stuff like that, or the Disney style compositions of ballads. And that really, Diane Warren, gosh, that was it. Thank you so much. That allows a voice like this to really shine. So the arrangements were beautiful, really nice string arrangements, very reminiscent of the 80s ballad vibe. But I thought it was beautiful. I loved it. The stream is kicking ass right now. I'm having the best time ever. Wonderful. Makuzia, thank you so much. Thank you for coming here and hanging out. Thank you for your donos. I really super appreciate it, and I appreciate all this auto that you've introduced me to. It's been an amazing journey, and I have become a fan. Every time I see that name come up, especially even when I'm exporting the videos out for the channel or something, I'm still doing a reaction to it because I'm in my head going, oh my God, listen to this. Thanks again, Makuzi. I appreciate it. Excuse me. Okay, next up. I'm going to do 3 more from the dono, and then we're going to slip into a little wheel of cheese, okay? For those of you who are lurking in the back, don't forget to put your songs in for the wheel of cheese. Okay, next up, double A battery. Uh-oh, we're going to have some Haken. So let's go ahead and do that. Double A, I don't know what double A is going to ever send to us, but one thing I do know is it definitely makes you go, Qua? What the hell? Oh, like Taken? Haken? Oh my God, I've done that before so many times. He's the drummer, but isn't he also the drummer? Please help me. He's also the drummer for another band as well? Or help me with that. Somebody back me up on that and give me some education while I start this track. This one's going to be a bit of a listen. And so let's going to kick back and enjoy. Something epic for the final day before Quado gets executed. I like that. So this is The Point of No Return by Haken. And the message is, one of my favorite albums by Haken happens to be their first. It's a concept album about a mermaid discovered by a fisherman and sold to a circus, whose blood is the only thing capable of saving the human race from a flood resulting in global warming issues. Very apropos. Okay, we'll get the song going, and then I'm going to take this and put it in the chat. So stand by for 1 second. Let's get this going. Everybody, nice sit down and relax. This is going to be a bit of a stretch here, but always well worth it when he does this. Let's go. Already a few twists and turns. Sounds like musical theater. Those toms were a little loud. You can always tell when a drummer's doing the mixing. Maybe he didn't, but I'm just saying.
Until the ice has melted into tears of pain or fear, pure anticipation. In hope we are patient for a cry. A child is born tonight, and love has come to life.
Nice bass tone.
Listen to her heartbeat, the sound of life, an angel song, pure anticipation. In hope we are patient for a cry. The child is born tonight.
like there's a string line that's following the melody here in the back. Gives it just a little sizzle on the high end. Hear that bass turn around right there? Okay, before we go on really quick, I just want to ask you guys something, because this is what happens to me when I listen to tracks like this. I get to a point of diminished returns where I try to listen to it for something to really say, because there's so many great changes. I'd be talking every 20 seconds, really, or after every single change. But tracks like this, what they do is they create a theater in their mind. I think this is a really good example of like when a musician or a songwriter or a singer says, this song I wrote about this, you don't really know that they wrote about it, but in your mind you listen to the lyrics and you envision and you think of what those lyrics may mean when they mirror maybe something that you do to your life. In this case, this is a concept album from what AA said, and especially the description I put there. All of a sudden, that kind of description kind of puts a thought in your mind. So my question is to you guys, when you hear a track like this, are you becoming a movie creator in your head? What does the mermaid look like? What does the sky look like? What does that mean? Are you getting theater of the mind from something like this in that capacity where it engages you artistically in a mental imaging process? Well, that was a lot of words, but you know what I meant. That was a nice little riffy. Or phrase. I love what the piano's doing back here. See, this is this kind of shift in the track where I'm like, where's he going? Where's he going? Little cheese organ there. It sounds fretless. It's like a chaotic conversation with all the instruments. Everybody takes a turn. Boom, 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 boom. I like this. I love that little jazzy section there. Feeling a little yes-like through here. That's what I call prog rubberneck when I go. Getting pretty bold through here. Sounds like there should be like an animated musical to this. This is crazy. Big glorious moment, explosion in the track with the background vocals, everything. Oh man, the guitar tones in this section, beautiful. Letting those notes hang out. Double A, that was definitely the kind of trippy track that I would expect for you to bring into the channel. Full theater of the mind, musical theater kind of vibe. I don't have a lot of experience with really long pieces like this as far as being able to kind of A-B them to other record listening experiences or, you know, major shows. A lot of you guys have also gone to shows, you know, that in a show this probably has an incredible impact depending on what the visuals are. Just a lot of mind-numbing dynamics and shifts in production. There's really not a lot that I can scoop onto that, except for the fact, one of the things that I thought was kind of unique, you know, if a drummer's producing this or writing that, you know, there's usually a little extra care in tweaking the drums in the engineering. A little earlier, I kind of thought and heard a couple things that are like, yeah, you kind of know if you know when a drummer, when the drummer's getting involved in the mix. I like the fact that there was just a lot of also like sparse, tweaky little spaces in there where they did that little, only four bars of this just kind of like a loosely woven jazz section, or it got really kind of weird psychedelic-y, circus-y vibe, you know, where the sounds got really clean and intimate, but got very much like they were using some of the higher mallets. Earlier on, I had said when the track had started, some of the use of some of the higher mallet things kind of reminded me of there was kind of like a go-to cartoon palette back in the 80s and 90s when I was doing some cartoon work, where you always used the marimbas or these things to emphasize certain tones. But to me, that jumped out like that. But as far as the body of work, it was pretty damn sick. Or it wasn't even a body of work. It was a single track in a unique album. Where was this in the album? Like, was it in the middle, towards the end? Was it the end of the track? You know, apparently it means a lot. A lot of people have heard this track way before, and I've never heard of it because I'm not around. It's the very beginning of the album. Oh, well, that's a trip. Okay. Well, then what hell of an intro. I mean, they probably took a little section of every part of the album and threw it in the first section. I don't know. Great track, Double A. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in and hanging out today also on my end of Quado Day. Coming to a theater near you. Judgment Kazi, how are you? Hang on, we're getting a first-time chat over here from Boozy Bata. Hello from Russia. And thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed that little review of Hollow Knight. Yeah, there's a way that we have a little list here. One of our mods can show you how to get involved, but I just want to say how's it. So let's say how's it to Boozy Batia. And then one of the mods will give you an instruction on what you can do to get on the list. All right, Judgment Kazi, we are on your dono. Thank you very much. Very kind. Super mahalo for that. Let me go ahead and let's see what you want. This one is a band called Tupperware Remix Party, or TWRP. It's called Typhoon Turnpike. I know you came back for your last dono. You thought you were going to do it the last time, but this is your last one. Well, thank you so much for coming back in. I appreciate it. So here's this message. I'll read a little bit of it, and then I'll put it in the body of the chat here. Let's see. Hey, Jeeves, I just had to send you one more track. This is the track Typhoon Turnpike by TWRP off their album Return to Whatever. This album is one of my favorite albums of all time. As a concept album, when listening from start to finish, takes you on an old school 80s radio journey that perfectly embodies the feeling of driving down the road towards a vacation with the wind in your hair and the sun in your back. Yes, the 80s had that ability to make you dream in that capacity. So anyhow, let's go ahead and let's check this out for you. You ready, Judgment Kazi? Let's do this. Everybody knows that acronym, right? TWRP. Here we go. Got this Love Boat Three's Company 2 kind of, you just want to get in and go, hey. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it, guys. That freaking bass. Aman and Lisa. They must have knew it was my last day before the break, throwing me that bass line like that. Come on. Yeah, you know me better, Judgment, I know. You were probably like, oh, Jeeps is going to get mental on the bass. That little samba line in the piano right there. This really has some great kind of mid to late 70s Latin fusion vibes to it as well. My rambling, meandering. Whoops, sorry guys. My rambling, meandering little vibe on that. Oh, Judgment Kazi, that was such a great listen, especially when you had those breaks for the little bass solos there. Not even much a solo, but phrasing. The second time that the bass player did that, at least one of the times he switched the pickups in between his melodic work. Like he was like biting on it really hard, but by way back here by the like bridge bass pickup, and then he kicks it up to the neck pickup on one of the other phrases, which I thought was great. And it was a very unique phrase. So, you know, bass players changing their tones based on what they, no pun, based on what they want to pull from it. Slapping, popping, more driven stuff will go towards the bridge. More of the softer, mellower stuff. Doesn't mean you can't use aggressive techniques, but if you kick up on the bridge that's by the neck, you're going to get a warmer tone. But generally, you save that for the love juice. That's what I call that part of the bass when you're playing like that. That's like slide and glide. But yeah, and also I love the fact that there was a little bit. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that 70s light Latin jazz that was in there. There was a little samba moment there for about 2 bars as well. So was this is TWRP? I'm sorry. If I forgot, I know that I put it in there. Did you say this was a section from an anime, or is this the name of the band itself? Are they very twerpy? Okay, I'm going to do this one from the dono, and then I'm going to start Wheel of Cheese. This one is SB. Hi, SB. Good morning to you. It's tomorrow morning for you, right? It's Thursday. How are you? Yay. Okay, next oop. I am doing. It's progressive. Oh. Ooh. You guys ready for this? Is this Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse? I don't know. It's Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse? Beetle cheese? Beetle K? But I'm thinking it's kind of Betelgeuse. I don't know. SB. It is Betelgeuse? Oh, okay. There's a tricky way of doing it. It is. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm just, with my dyslexia, if I can even make a word come together, we're all happy. So, SB sends that this is an instrumental. I've been following the drummer David Parks for quite a few years now. I first came across him when he was in the band Ebon Ivory, one word. Unfortunately, that project was disbanded after the vocalist was accused of some domestic violence. Oh, shit happened there. And he's also the drummer for I Built the Sky. Wishing you a speedy recovery after Quado's removal. Thank you so much, SB. Love having you in the chat and amongst the community. All right, guys, let's do this. Betelgeuse. It's an instrumental. All right. Beautiful, but when I see that many strings on a guitar, I know that somewhere some fall or gent's gonna hit us in the head. Funny, the fret noise sounds like little birds in the background. I love the voicing on what this guy's doing. Wow, it looks like they're pushing the reverb send hotter than the source signal on the drums. Great technique with the engineering there. Love that. I'm glad the drummer's giving us those eighths. In sections like this is where I just have to, I disconnect for a moment with the listening experience and go into engineering mode and just wonder what that task is like to get that extreme silence between notes. I don't know if that's something that the guitar players all work with in their rig to have extreme gates on it, if that's playing technique, if that has to do with the tone. Because myself, I can't do that. I'm an okay guitar player. I've done a lot of muted works before, but that extreme space in between these reefs, thinking of surfing, the riff notes are so extreme and they're so stringently present that on top of what has to take 90% of it is pure musician skill set. The other one is like I'm in the back of my head going, man, what are they doing? Like a massive gate? Are they clipping the ends? The tails and the ends and stuff. I don't know. It sounds great. That's where my mind goes just for a moment. Coral reefs, yes. Lisa's saying all of it. Love the ride work right there. See how all these notes are more connected. A little laid back on that. Can you feel it rhythmically? One of the things that kept this track really super interesting to me, you know, because I glow in different things when I, like, for instance, that stop I made earlier to talk about the engineering aspect of it is like, when that starts to come to me, I'm really into what I'm hearing. I'm really digging deep into it. I've never heard of a cutoff switch, though. Anybody? I think maybe there's somebody out there that knows a little engineering. If a cutoff switch is a lot like a gate, is that kind of the same thing? The other thing I don't know, because I've never tried, is can you set in a DAW by tempo or by like eighths? Like, let's just say every eighth note cut off X amount of, and then it sends it and it automatically does it. Or if that engineer is just having to make everything wide open and just go snip, 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 you know, by blocks of, you know, 16th note spacing in between it. It's kind of a trip, you know. Musically, it definitely charges you up. The chaoticness charges you up. But I will say the big pull for me is the drummer. I'm waiting till the last second to say this in this whole thing. The drummer is a real big reason why this kind of track works for me, because there's some very unique, intriguing work that has to do with letting the musician, as the drummer, and his, you know, kit do a lot of the subversive speaking, you know, the stuff in between the chaotic patterns that the guitar player and the bass player are doing. So that drummer absolutely freaking crushed, you know. So, all right, guys. SB, thank you so much. That was on my in my brain. She go. Okay, guys, how about a little Wheel of Cheese? Would you like to do that? Let's do a little run of Wheel of Cheese. I'll take a break. We'll get back into the donos. How's that? Guys, ready for some wheelie? For those of you lurking on the outside in the back, you don't come in and chat. You may have your Wheel of Cheese in there. Put yourself in there. We're going to go right now and make a run for wheelie. So let me just, I've got to reset my rig now really quick for wheelie rig. Stand by. That is not the names. This is last stream wheelie population here. So I got to refresh my data. And I'm going to go for our new queso fresco. So here's our wheelie for our, let's see how this works here. Hey guys, look, not too bad, guys. I do see quite a few first timers here too. So if you're hanging out here, I just want to let you know, rules of Wheel of Cheese is no song longer than 7 minutes, please. Also, you may have dropped a Wheel of Cheese name. You go off because these things can take a while during my stream. Don't forget just to go ahead and join the VOD channel on YouTube, because I always export this and put it there a couple days later just in case. It's really fun when people go and they check to see, because Turnip, who's one of my mods, thankfully so for many, many reasons, but one of them is Turnip is the one that goes in and gets me the names and does that chapter thing. So even though it's the day you go and you look, I wonder if my music is there, you can at least open up the chapters and stuff and see if it's there as well. So We have to give Turnip a big for doing all that work. Okay, guys, we're spinning wheels. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Here we go. All right. Oh, who do we got? It looks like Sir Strange Folk. All right, Sir Strange Folk, if you're out there lurking, always drop in and say hi. If not, let's see what Sir Strange Folk would like for the winning of the queso nuevo, queso fresco, queso boto. Okay, hang on for a second. There we go. So, oh, sir, I went past. Hang on. Wants a game. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Oh, this is new to me. I didn't realize there was is this maybe a different iteration of Nier? Like Nier Automata, and then this one is called Nier Catastrophe. No, I'm kidding. This one is called Nier Reincarnation. The People and the World, Battle 3 and 4. And, ooh, I like this message. Yesterday, it was exactly 2 years ago that you started reacting to video game OSTs. Bruh, thank you for that momentous mark on, you know, how long I've been doing this. Jesus. And that was from Nier. That was the very first one I did, was a Nier Automata track. I do fondly remember that. And I first discovered you. Oh. So it's high time that we request my first song. This is a lesser known song from Nier's series, a mobile phone game, Nier Reincarnation. It's a battle theme from the third and final season of the game. I won't be around for the stream due to my time zone, but we'll catch the VOD on YouTube anyways. Well, I'm glad that you did this, because now you can catch this on YouTube. He's not here with us right now, I don't think, but let's do this. All right. Higher sequence, like a 158 thing bouncing around, is very cool. Great melody too. Did you hear that? That syncopated bass line is super cool. I love how the background vocals generate a lot of suspension with an obvious arrangement choice. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. Here we go. Okay, this is badass. I recognize some stylus effects in there. You know if you know. I'm sorry, but you know what this also reminds me of? I love the production on this. We're staying in one note. There's a drone through this whole thing. So we're staying in one pocket, which is, that's the note right there. If you put that in your head, you'll hear that as you're zip line through. So I love that everything's really super percussive and a lot of space to allow the vocals to really have a really good controlling fun time. In other words, you know, melody should be in your face and up front. The syncopation of the bass is really super cool, but I'm sorry. This reminds me of one of the biggest hits in that transition in digital music, where the song was, when I hear music, you da na na da na 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 da 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 da. It's got that vibe, which is great, and I love it, and it's intoxicating, and it's really super cool. Anybody remember that melody? Swell pad that comes in every four. Hear it? Do it one more time, probably. It swells in the back and comes back down. You know, those alternating sequences in the background are a very important part of this kind of hypnotic intoxication of the track. $11, thanks for the sub. Sure. Fentool, I can't pull that as a distorted guitar, but I hear what you're hearing. There's those pads that show up every four. And floats off. This is great. It just lets you kind of glide through this. Well, that's an abrupt ending. Now, apparently, whoops, second time I've done that today. So this was on the mobile game. The person who requested this didn't stay for this. For those of you that do know of this track, I guess if this is actually going with the video game, that last minute of this kind of percussive, hypnotic kind of vibe probably would have been the place where it would have looped through as you're playing in a segment, if I'm correct. So let me know if this was a segment track, if you know of it, if it was like during gameplay or sorts. It sounded like it would have been because there's that obvious section there where that's where you can cut and reverse and loop as a player if he keeps getting stuck in a section. Love the hypnotic of everything that I said earlier. And I like the fact that it was nostalgic for me. It kind of reminded me of that one track that was a really big hit in the 80s. So, okay, more Wheel of Cheese. It looks like we're going to be doing a big fat cheesy wheel, everybody. So let's see what big fat cheesy wheel we got going on here, guys. We have, let's see, how many people do we have? How many do you think there are? 1 million cheesy wheel. Let's go. Oh, that's semi-splintered. I've seen worse than this, guys, but it's semi-splintered. All right, guys, Wheel of Cheese. Vote for your color if you see it. And let's have a blast, and let's see what we got here. Remember the rules, once again, nothing over 7 minutes. Let's go. All right. Dang, a little glitch in my GPU there. What the hell? Oh my God, Shadow. So close. Gummy Bear Chewy. Here we go for Gummy Bear Chewy. All right. Gummy Bear Chewy wants, let's see, a band called Cami-Cat. I guess it's a band. I wonder if it comes from anime or it's a regular band. Stormbreaker is the name of the song. And let's see. This is my, she says this is, or he, I don't know, I can't tell. Gummy Bear Chewy. This is my favorite of her songs, and this one is an original. All right, guys, we're doing this. Gummy Bear Chewy, you won. Let's go. All right. Flashy lights warning, folks.
Many stories have been told about a mighty crew, one that claims so many honest souls and ripped poor towns in two. Not a soul alive could sail in peace as the storm roamed the sea. When thunder rose and lightning glared, you knew that you would never be free. As the prideful people stood together against a tyrant's power, the storm descended on them and attempted to devour all their sons and fathers, moms and daughters, till nothing remained. As their plan began to blossom,
Full Renaissance vibe for sure, yeah.
Their shouts carried on the wind. The smoke rose from hell within. Their hope taken there and then. The ones who said they'd ensure their safety had left them all for dead.
Nice, solid tone in her voice.
Prepared to take the town, collect a kinsman's share. The seeds began to quiver and a chill came in the air. The ship began to shiver, then the clouds began to part. As if the gods above replied they would no longer seal their hearts. A whirlpool summoned by the will of a warrior, a treasure returning to settle her own score. Then down from a blinding white pillar shining bright came forth the giant sword and a bloody man to fight. And her will descended down with the resonating sound. A demon's crew against her band. A group of heroes rose above. They taken justice into their hands. And all through the night, when the lightning to strike, and the thunder rolled rain and poured on with the light, taking down the right hand, damning every last man, till the captain herself was taken by none other than the one that they thought got away. Now stood face to face, swords to chest, and dead to lay. The Mistwalker cried, "You'll never be rid of me." Her rival had won as she fell into her ruin. Thus the heroes they
Trippy.
replied,
there more to it? Oh, there it is. So this is somebody, I guess, who does covers or something, and this is an original, perhaps. I'm not too sure. I couldn't quite make it out. Had a real fun contemporary kind of Renaissance vibe to it. It reminded me of the Renaissance Fair, actually, but it's something that used to happen in the mainland way back in the days. Maybe they still have it around the world, Renaissance fairs. And that kind of very minimal instrumentation. The melody is kind of there was a little bit of a take of that kind of a vibe, but by keeping the instrumental or the instrument part of the production to a minimum, using, I don't know if that was quite a guitar or what it was that, was supporting her. And obviously the kind of percussion, it was obviously meant to have that Renaissance vibe. Great voice though, really super great voice. They definitely didn't hold back on anything. Even when she got up into her more powerful range of her voice, nice little sizzle, nice little pop on it. So, medieval, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. What did I say? Renaissance, medieval. Thank you. Thank you. I was looking for the other word and I couldn't pop it. The very medieval vibe, but in a Renaissance kind of way. I don't know. How close is the Renaissance to the medieval? Was it medieval first into Renaissance or the other way around? Or did they exist at the same time? It just is a different class thing. I don't know. You guys got to help me with that. Okay, refreshing more data. Let's go for, let's see, some queso nuevo, queso fresco. Let's see what we got here. Gummy Bear Chewy, thank you so much for the big drop. I definitely appreciate it. Oh, they do both originals. I was reading your thing, Gummy Bear. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. Skinny cheese or queso nuevo. Wow, not a lot of people on queso nuevo. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, is that my GPU making it cough like that? What the hell is that? That's no fun. Ah, Vivicus Viridian. What? Vivicus Viridian? Okay. Then let's do this. It starts with a V, so I got to look it up on the list here. Wants a band called Piero Umiliana. If I said that right. It's jazz. Okay, guys, we're going to get into some jazz. Are you guys down for a little jazz? Yeah. And the name of the track is Leore che Contano. Leore che... I was going to say concha. Leore che Contano. Sorry. Jesus. Let's see. So the message is one of my favorite musicians of all time, contemporary to Ennio Morricone. I found him while retracing the roots of elevator music. That's funny. Boy, I hope that wasn't a thesis in one of your classes there. This is one of the most gangster swag track I've ever heard. And hey, by the way, I found you, followed you for years on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. Oh, he loves all the Tool stuff that I did, all the reacts. So, okay. Well, thanks for coming by, Vivicus Viridian. I always hack profile names. All right, guys, let's do this and let's see what we're bringing into the house. All right. I know, Alman, I did say that. Okay, what song does this kind of remind you of this beginning? What vibe are you getting? Very famous 70s. There's that shaft guitar. Let's go. Love the whole horn section. It's just more over here. What an old school technique. Fun stuff here. Kind of lurching a little dissonance there. String is a small section. It'd be like a 4 and 4, 2, 4 and 4. So 70s cop show. Ooh, did you hear a little bit of that fry here, like a saturation fry? And I think the Lalo thing is, what brings that to surface is more the horn arrangements, yeah? Especially the bottom. The engineer got a little high here in this section. Decided to drop some delay on the left side on those horns. The drummer has one job to do. All hi-hat, all the way through. Super badass, and everything was around that bass line. And that bass was in your face. It was right there and kept you dialed in. That and the hi-hat obviously was keeping us in there. And then you had the waka 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 waka, you know, of that slightly dirty, clean sound in there. And then you have these like mysterious wandering horn sections and string sections that would come out. There was one section in there that I thought was peculiarly cool, was when the strings actually followed the bass line for a second. And I found that very unique in kind of a tipster, trickster kind of way, because strings are not known for having powerful, even if it's, you know, down bowing, you know, and you really can bite into it, even if it's a real super fuerte, which is no such a thing as super fuerte, but, you know, bite into the strings. By virtue of how the instrument's plays, you don't get a real percussive pop on the note, or, you know, on the note, even if it's, you know, staccato. If it's marked as a staccato, you still don't get that. So you rely sometimes on another instrument that has that pop and bite on the, right on the beat to carry that along. And I thought that sounded so cool, where that string was just following the same exact line as the bass. I just love that. Those are the little things where I go, ooh, yes, 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 yes. So this was great. Had a lot of old school vibe to it. Had the cop show vibe to it. Any composers that were around in that period. Of course, one of the more famous ones that Amon had brought up, which was Lalo Schifrin, who, Enter the Dragon, Cool Hand Luke, Mannix, Mission Impossible composer. He just loved to bite into that kind of vibe. Of course, Shaft, too. So this is more like a funk jazzy vibe, but definitely marinated in the funk wheel. The funk wheel. All right, guys, I'm going to do one more Wheel of Cheese spin, take a short break, come back with more Dono makeups, come back with more Wheel of Cheese here on my final stream until Quado is... Whew. All right, one more. Here we go. Let's see what we got here, guys. This is queso pobre, queso governmento, queso boludo. Sorry, you're laughing if you know. Okay, here we go. Poof. All right, guys, hopefully my GPU won't cough. It's been sputtering, right? Every time the wheel goes around, it's like... Bleh, 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 bleh. Let's see if we can get a clean spin out of this. Get this if you can, guys. Let's go. Here we go. All right. Who is it? Oh, man, there we go. My freaking thing's coughed up again. Oh, Corey 3D. Corey 3D. All right, Corey. Let's see what Corey 3D wants. Starts with a K. Corey with a K would like a game called Zelda. We're all familiar with Zelda music. But let's see what we have in the house here for our experience here. Okay, hang on. Corey, oops. Oh, I got to get up to the top now. Gosh darn it, I spun out somewhere here. I did. Give me a second. Oh, this is, Corey wants Open Your Eyes. This is Zelda Breath of the Wild. So are you guys familiar with that? Zelda Breath of the Wild? Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Let's go, Corey. You are the winner. No, we are the winners because you played the Wheel of Cheese and we landed on your track. All right, here we go. Fitching. So this is a remix, so you guys have to tell me if this is like the original music, but has it been remixed, remastered, or if this maybe is a cover. Oh, that was nice. Wow, this is really cool. Wow, this is really well done. I love this. The subtle arrangements percussively is so smooth on this.
Ever since
stop this right here. I really, really am digging this track. I think it's because the beauty of it with the piano has really got a nice little bold position in the mix. So for me, my ears are still wrapped in the beauty of the casual piano playing. I'd want to say that really nice voicings, very nice and floating around, and always keeping that float going while this unique glitchiness, if you would, of the edit in and outs, still sewing a melody using maybe different parts of dialogue or something. I'm not too sure, but there's just something about that glitchiness with the beautiful piano that just makes it all work. It's really pretty too. The way the piano gets to ring out and stuff while this glitchiness is going on. And I think I may have asked before, is this actually in the game? And it's a remix. I think it's what you guys said. So and if this is in the game, where in the game is this? That would be a very unique little area to play. To listen. I don't know if I'd want to get out of this area to play because this is so pretty. I'd say, well, I just want to play it again. A ton of work, Rotteen Soundgarden. Oof. What the piano's playing is badass, guys, right there. That was great. And I love how they're changing the tones of the piano as well as we move on. See, the piano just all of a sudden brightened up again. For gosh sakes, folks, that was a great freaking track. The marriage between the beautiful melody or the beautiful piano playing, the arrangements and stuff that was going there, along with those glitchy kind of editing that's happening, that's shaping kind of the melody or maybe a second level hook to it. I think in of itself, the hook in the whole track actually started from the second I heard the first note. This was one of those things that were top to bottom, very intriguing and stuff. But the track also is very uplifting. It's very fun. It's very motivational. It's very lighthearted. Like, have a shitty day, listen to this song for 3 minutes, and it'll pull you, it'll lift you up a little bit. Let this get into your head, and it's just this really, and the percussive arrangements of everything that they were doing actually gave me that kind of. You saw me how I was jamming. Old men like me don't move around like that often. But I was like, I think I was getting some of my head in there, as well. Oh, I can't do that anymore like I used to.